did you watch the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, I did. I actually watched it. I watched it live. Don't ask me why I was up at that time, being in the UK, but
yeah,
I actually did watch it live before. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, how did you like the show? How did you like the performance?
Um. Yeah, every time there's a Super Bowl, there's always something that people look forward to. What they're gonna do this time with the half time and stuff. So I was let me watch it and see what they're gonna come with this time. And the performance was good. I'm not really into the whole rap thing, but I mean listening to his stuff is he's got some good beats, and I think it was good. But obviously dissecting it was even more more important. Yeah. So
Yeah. I watched your live on some channel. It was like an African channel. I was in the comments. I was saying you're saying exactly what I was saying.
Right.
Like about how it's a PlayStation controller on the stage. Can you break it down a little bit for everybody that's listening, including me? I would like you to, maybe do a short clip or something, like really break it down. Because there's a lot of like Samuel Jackson. His name is Sam, and he's Uncle Sam.
That's right. Yes.
So much interesting. And I prefer Kendrick Lamar. His style of music is hip hop. Is not really. He's not coming from a rich standpoint. He's coming from a black poverty standpoint. So he's someone that really resonates with the black community.
Right.
So I'd say other rappers, people would say Drake, if he has an accident, he could just get Medicare, go to the hospital. So he's not as gangster. You understand?
Yeah, I mean, I will touch on it, but there's so much to it that could take a long time. But the main essence of it is that, we all live in a system, in a society with a sixth ether where there's a lot of programming going on and games that are being played. And so that whole set in terms of, I mentioned it briefly before, that before people didn't see through the games, and that's the power that the elites, so-called elites, would use because of people's ignorance. So they would do things in front of your face and people would just say, oh, it's entertainment. They wouldn't really read into it, and they would know that the masses are still dumbed down and they could still continue to get away with what they do. It's like a lot of people have become so desensitized with things that many years ago you wouldn't pass somebody being, like beaten or whatever, and you would just think, oh, okay, just get our mobile phones out and film it just so that we can share it on social media.
Yeah.
So a lot of human behavior has changed to the point where even like with going back to like the Rodney King incident or certain things, it was like they use these things to test to see if they still have control. And so the whole thing being set up as a game was to see whether or not they can still play their games. Now, when you look at a game, you can play a game in two ways. So you can be played or you're being played, or you can be playing somebody else. So there was a lot of symbology, as you said, with, it's not even a coincidence that Samuel Jackson will be playing, that
Uncle Sam. He's Uncle Sam.
Because the name Sam actually ties into, as we said, Samun, or, which the word means poison those of El, right? So really, he's Uncle Sam deals with that whole, like, in Arabic, in Islam, we say Narin Samun, which is dealing with, dealing with the what they will call the jinns or the devil or the negative beings. So,
right.
Go ahead.
What about the song "They Not Like Us"?
Right. Again, everything he was
saying, like us.
Everything he was saying has a double meaning, because you have to say who's the they that they're talking about when he's saying they're not like us, and you could look at it from that whole beef. Again, I don't like that word, but between him and Drake, and be like, two different camps saying that camp is not like us, or you can look at it in the wider sense, like, is it, black and white? Is it dealing with, and the whole colors, the red, blue, and the white, dealing with the American flag, Uncle Sam, and the system.
Yeah.
Then he had the women
I
around
see
him.
I see that the black man like that. I see like they build America and they back. So they show it's mostly Negaru, like black people, like they call in America. They call us, and then they if you notice, they painted red, white, and blue, and they're all African, and their backs is down. They make the American flag, so it's showing like how we built America, and like I feel like they're not like us. It's about other people taking your culture and profiting from it, and they don't give you respect. They like African culture, but they don't want to give Africans, you know,
I mean, there was a recent
reparations.
update.
He put,
I mean,
he
I
put
know.
40.
He talked about the reparations with the whole 40 acres and the mule thing as well, and he talked about the revolution will be televised, and because people are used
Kendrick
to
is
saying
it's hard. Kendrick is hard, bro. Yeah, that's like he's giving you little messages like code knocks. Like we used to be code knockers and tribal. So like we can understand when you go, someone say, "Yeah, bro," and they give you like a code, like a knock.
Right.
And it's like that. That's like that's. I think he's from what city is Kendrick born? He's in Compton, USA, right?
Right.
So yeah, he got a style like that. So
but again,
Drake can't really copy that.
Yeah. At the same time, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like you're in that industry, you're gonna be kind of tainted by it and affected by it. So you're not always gonna be able to put out those messages or say the things you want to say if you're not allowed to do that again as well. So it's very smart in the way that you can give out messages without making it obvious only to those. It's just like when Jesus would speak in parable, or the character that they call, or anybody, like there are double messages within what's being shown. So you have to be able to decipher, what it's really being saying. It's like Michael Jackson thing, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us, but the us could be who, really, So there's a lot of symbology in there, but there's so many people that have actually dissect and broken down, that whole performance that you can find now on TikTok. And there's a sister that has actually really gone in on one of the ones I've seen. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time because a lot of people still try to call in. But I mean, it was a good performance.
It's the most viewed Superbowl, Sakam. It's 300. How many million people watched it? So it's all around the world. They're dancing to it. South Korea. I love to show the love.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving it, and it's about everyone getting together for a good time, but get some more meaning to it. But there's some people that didn't get it. Like Hulk Hogan was on the TV saying, "I don't get what they put them on the news." But there was some nice white people. They just are dancing to it. They say that it flew over my head. But I like this thing. I like when they say that instead of saying, "Oh, it's where's the, they basically say, oh." The Trump people, they're saying it's only they don't get it because they don't show no rock music or something like that.
Yeah, I mean this is the whole thing about keeping people divided, isn't it? But on
the news, that's what they want to put on the news. Like no, it was a message, and it's like everybody loved that.
Yeah,
message.
I mean anyone would love the opportunity, because having that audience, to be able to reach is marketing. But yeah, we'll have to see whether or not. I personally think it was positive because people can see through the rituals and all the messages now.
Great. Yeah. And then notice Trump was in the audience. He saluted Drake too. Don't forget that. I saw that.
Yeah.
Trump was like, he saluted it.
Yeah.
So it's like he was watching the show. I think he enjoyed the show. Everyone pretty much enjoying it. They're just watching what they got scared because they say don't say it. And then he sang the song. Without he doesn't care what everyone says. So that's what I respect about Kendrick, and he's one of my favorite rappers. To be honest, he's one of my favorite guys. All his music is good. So I would give it a shout out, and that's about it. But
I mean, a lot of the younger generation people relate to him. So